still setting up. But I said I'd get it all in for you boys and girls. Let's have a little look at this, boys and girls. I go again, she's moving it. Have a little read there, boys and girls. Irish officials are under pressure to investigate claims of interference by the Muslim Brotherhood in the Republic's mosques and Islamic centres. Leading members of Parliament have pressed the government to launch an investigation into how the global movement has sought to take up a representative role for Ireland, a 100,000 strong Muslim population at the moment. Now,
I believe in Christ our King.
Oh, look who we have here.
Holy Spirit, be as one.
Oh, interesting to say the least. Yeah. We are Irish and this is our Ireland, our home. It's not an economic hostel. We will not be replaced by non-Irish nationals. It's our duty to protect and cherish Ireland for the Irish people of today and for future generations. Let's see what she has on the next one. Lawmakers in India offering rewards for attacking Christians. Oh my lord. Indian Catholic bishops this week strongly condemned law enforcement for failing to prosecute a state legislator who publicly offered up to $12,663 USD, 1.1 million rupees for violent attacks on Christian leaders. Face of Dublin restaurant owner orders to pay $143,000 to employee who feared rape at work. Oh, more Indians, would you know. Sex offender who worked as government advisor says he wasn't qualified to do the job. Married nurse who sexually assaulted colleague in care home refuses to say sorry. Video that nails pervert who molested schoolgirl 14 on Dublin bus. Indian man who sexually assaulted young concert goer at Marley Park is spared jail. Let's see what we have here. Politician Gopi Hans, can't say that one, from the same party as PM Modi has placed a bounty on the heads of Christian clerics and religious leaders. He has offered 350,000 rupees for violent assaults on Catholic priests and 1 million rupees for killing the Catholic priest. We have a lot of these people in our country.
Put that foot up down there, will you? Down there. Just down there.
And there we have the ultimate traitor.
Well, actually, yeah,
We want nothing to do with a backward looking idea of sovereignty.
Like a hate speech.
Oh, he also said the Irish are mongrels. Didn't you?
These are the Irish people all over the world.
We were never homogenous, always hybrid, always mongrels. How dare them, how dare them.
We don't need the great.
Oh, and here we have another person that cozies up to the government.
See this? Do you know that?
Dr. Umar Al-Qadri announces he will run in the European elections to stand up against hatred, division and injustice. And now he says it's time for the new Irish people like myself to sit at the table.
God, the Creator, living free soul from birth to death.
Will you try and put that somewhere down? That's the hate speech. That's very important.
So I'll get some more in for you there.
Yeah, put it beside her, because that's what she wants to try and bring into Ireland.
Sorcery.
So here we have Mary Lou MacDonald says Sinn Féin will rerun referendums on family and care if they do not pass. Remember this, if you vote no, they'll make you vote again if you don't like your answer. And there we have a lovely picture of her from the blanket to the burqa. And here she says you can't put a limit on numbers coming into the country. And Ireland wants refugees. Ireland doesn't want racists. Sure, doesn't she look lovely in her old scarf there? Or is it a burqa or a hijab? I am working to build a society not of orange and green, but a rainbow of colours and multiculturalism which reflects who we are and what we stand for today, she said. And O'Neill, speaking at the Eid Festival in Belfast, so they're very integrated with these people, aren't they? Oh, and here we have another upcoming star in Ireland, as he makes himself out to be. Make Ireland great again is a hollow, backward-looking slogan rooted in nostalgia for a past that was deeply unequal, economically stagnant and socially repressive. Ireland doesn't need to return to that. Ireland needs leadership. He must be putting himself forward for something again. It's time for the new Irish people like myself to sit at the table, he says. Oh, and here we have the imported, given a nice cushy job to tell the Irish what they are and what to say and restrict your conversations. Dr. Ebum Joseph calls for the Irish to be trained to be non-racist on RTE. And there we have the hate speech laws, which she'd like to enforce on the Irish Indigenous nationals. And here we have Islam, the religion of peace. Have a look at that, guys. This is what the Prophet said.
Well, there's something horribly wrong with the word racist.
There's one. Muslims must not take the infidels as friends. Does that mean they're not going to integrate?
Girls, we're ready now to go.
So I'm going to just record this lady now in a second. Let me get around. She's very important words to tell us.
Alright, everybody, can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Right, sorry. Right, listen, lads, the reason I'm here today, I didn't call a protest. I just called a few close friends to come and take some recording, because this is information that I've come across. And I don't think that the Irish people are aware of what's going on in Ireland. Now, I'm after coming across information that the Muslim Brotherhood, who is a terrorist organisation, Ireland's under pressure to take a stand on the Muslim Brotherhood. Sharon Grogan, Senator Sharon Grogan. Now, I'm just going to read just a little bit of what she said. Irish officials are under pressure to investigate claims in the interference by the Muslim Brotherhood in the Republic's mosques and Islamic centres. Leading members of Parliament have passed the government to launch an investigation into how the global movement has sought to take up representative role in Ireland's 100,000 strong Muslim population. Independent Sharon Grogan told a session in Parliament that the footprint of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is banned all across regions, has spread something that has not been addressed by the Irish government. That's very important. Has not been addressed by the Irish government. The Senator referred to a protracted dispute that has been played out in Ireland's courts on the airwaves over a voluntary closure of a mosque in one of Dublin's most prestigious districts. The dispute over the controlled Islamic Conference Centre in Clonskeagh in the south of the capital spun out of control when a crowd confronted the mosque's management in April. Legal proceedings to take control of the mosque following the closure have reached High Court, but judges have pushed the petition to mediation, a hearing this month. A new board centre said that is inquiring into the running of the Quranic school. The decision is temporarily closed the doors and is being challenged by a long-serving imam. Sharon Grogan believes the impress has a deeper roots and has called for the executive to form a better understanding of what it is relatively new community dynamic in Ireland. This is her words. We face a serious danger of a government that has allowed an ideological network to go flourish unchecked. Okay, so you've basically got the idea of what I'm saying there, yeah? So I'm going to let Sharon Grogan speak for herself now.
Discussion on what appears to be a concerning footprint of the Muslim Brotherhood in our nation, and even more worrying, the failure of our government to acknowledge it, let alone address it. The cause of my concern was last spring's closure of the Clonskeagh Islamic Cultural Centre. What appears to be a management dispute bears the hallmarks of a struggle between a leadership accused of brotherhood ties and their financial backers from the United Arab Emirates, who banned the organisation in 2013 following accusations of a coup plot. Indeed, the Irish Muslim Peace and Integration Council has raised concerns about brotherhood ties at Clonskeagh. Let me be clear, this is not about religion. This is about transparency, governance, and the ideological influence of a movement that is banned in many Eastern countries, most recently Jordan, where it is outlawed following a sabotage plot. Across Europe, it is heavily restricted and monitored. Yet here in Ireland, we face the serious danger that our government has allowed this ideological network to flourish unchecked. Before we can discuss prescribing or even restricting this organisation and its affiliates, we must know the truth. And currently, we are operating blind. I therefore call on our government and our Minister for Justice to initiate a full investigation into Muslim Brotherhood influence in Ireland. We cannot afford to be naive. The safety, cohesion, and even the sovereignty of our republic depends on it.
Right. This lovely chap here, yeah?
Oh.
Now all these documents are all public knowledge. They're all public knowledge. There's no copyrights. No one can do me for any copyright, anything. It's all public knowledge. So, a controversial mobile app has been launched by a I can't pronounce his name. There's a controversial mobile app launched by a spiritual leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, and it's continuing to be promoted despite the calls for it to be banned. The Euro Fatwa app was created by the European Council for Fatwa and Message, which has founded, I can't pronounce that man's name, Yusuf Quarry something, a Qatar-based figure who has previously been dubbed a terrorist from the US, UK, France for his extreme views. It contains the induction by Al, we just call him Al because I can't pronounce his name. It contains an induction by Al, now 93, in which he makes derogatory references and speaking about historic fatwa. So, 1 second. And the reason that I'm bringing this man up, because I'm going to tell you about this app. Right, the ECRF is based in Dublin. And launched the app last month ahead of Ramadan, describing it as a guide for Muslims based in Europe. British members of Parliament has described the app as a dangerous and has called the country Home Secretary Civic something to ban it and to launch an urgent inquiry into the Muslim Brotherhood. A letter, he said, in essential that the UK continues to lead the fight against extreme ideology, and we cooperate with our neighbours to maximise this. A number of MPs have previously raised the issue to stop the spread of extreme ideology and acted by the Muslim Brotherhood. It has come to our attention. This is an MP in England's Parliament, all right? So he's basically asking our government to put a stop to this app and investigate it. So it has come to our attention that the Muslim Brotherhood has launched this fatwa app in Dublin to educate and exploit the vulnerable. The app is organised and run by Al, who was previously banned from the UK but appears to be active in Dublin. This is very dangerous app, is inciting violence, inciting hatred, and the UK is acting with impunity. We need the UK authorities to act and insist that Dublin closes down this resource activity. Last month a picture appeared of next to, I can't pronounce the name, the man believed to be a mastermind behind the Sri Lanka terror attacks which killed more than 250 people. So basically, the English government is basically asking our government, telling our government that this app is active in Ireland. Okay? So basically what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let you listen. 1 second. I'm going to let you listen to, I'm not saying all Muslims are bad, I'm not saying that at all, because the reason that we know about the Muslim Brotherhood is because the good Muslims have been warned in the West. They've been warning us that we're taking in really bad extremist people, and they've been warning us. So I'm going to let you hear, there's 5 imams, and this is the crown. This is Iran's crown prince, okay? And listen to what this man's saying.
I condemn Hamas unequivocally. This is so everybody in the room can understand that I stand on the side of civilians and innocents and not on the side of political posturing. The attacks on October 7th were barbaric, were, how can I put it, they were horrific, they were indiscriminate, they killed women, children, elderly, did not matter. They hit civilian institutions and they hit military targets. And on top of that, it seems it's okay now to grab hostages and take them away and speak about it as if it's an act of war. That is something that we condemn. And we condemned it on October the 9th.
Right, so anyhow, this is another, what's his name? He's from UAE. So he's from the UAE, right? So he's a good imam and he's warning the West about what's going on here in Ireland, about the Muslim Brotherhood.
And the Muslim Brotherhood. It's a question that keeps coming up, and a question America cannot afford to keep ignoring. On September 30th, this September, Israeli journalist and writer Itan Fishberger highlighted a new research paper published by the Center for Tallaght, a joint initiative between the UAE and the United States. And the findings are clear. The Muslim Brotherhood rejects national identity, pushing instead for a global caliphate something that many people do not know. They master double discourse or double speak, speaking softly in English to the West, but preaching extremism in Arabic. And though they are weakened in the Middle East, they've entrenched themselves in Western democracies, exploiting NGOs, lobbying, and even institutions to influence policy from within. The Israeli journalist asked the right question. If the U.S. knows all this, why hasn't it classified the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization? Let's be honest. The UAE is leading the world in confronting this ideological threat through research, through education, through decisive action. The UAE has shown what zero tolerance for extremism looks like. That's why in the UAE we don't see the rise of anti-Semitism or spread of radical Islamist ideologies the way we see in the US, the Netherlands, like what we saw yesterday in Manchester. The Muslim Brotherhood's playbook is clear. Infiltrate governments and civil institutions, target the youth with radical discourse, use religion as a cover for political power, and finally, hinder peace and stability efforts, fueling division and conflict. This isn't Islam. It's Islamism, a dangerous ideology. And every day the West refuses to confront it. It puts its own freedom at risk. So I ask again, when will the U.S. ban the Muslim Brotherhood? When will Western leaders learn from...
Now that's an imam, they're all in America, basically all countries, the West, to ban the Muslim Brotherhood.
He has 5 recordings of imams, good imams, Muslim Islam, telling us about the Muslim Brotherhood have set up shop in Dublin. And the main fella that set up that app for the Muslim Brotherhood to interact on this app in Dublin, he has been classed as a terrorist in other countries, and he's actually banned in Britain. And the first recording there was MPs in the British Parliament complaining about the Brotherhood and its far tentacles and reach.
Number 2, we will conquer the West through Hijrah. Hijrah is the Arabic word for immigration, and that's exactly what we do with our open border policies. And 3, we will conquer the West by using your miserable freedoms and liberties against you. They're screaming this out from the top of the mountain, and yet most Westerners choose to ignore it, Charlie. It is so galling, it is so frustrating. I escaped that world 45 plus years ago, and here it is now, hunting me down 50 years later.
Basically, that's another imam there that's trying to warn us. Now, as I said there, I've got another 2 or 3 good Muslims that's been warning us about the Muslim Brotherhood. Well, what's happening in the colleges, they're radicalising the children inside the colleges and universities, and they're basically calling us racist and far right and this, that and the other, when we're just trying to ask our governments to close our borders. The people that's coming into this country, we have no clue who they are. And not only that, then they're packing them into all our areas. Where I come from, out in Tallaght, there was a 10-year-old little girl. I know the little girl, but I know the family. And the little girl, 10-year-old little girl was raped. And it was one of the members' hers in her community as well. So now we've got a terrorist organisation, Muslim Brotherhood, running rampant around Ireland, and an app that's basically radicalising vulnerable Muslims, radicalising them. All right, so look how many mosques is in Ireland. Look how many Islamic centres is in Ireland. All right. So are we not supposed to be scared about that now? Are we supposed to just let that be okay? And it's all right that there's a terrorist organisation, that good Muslims from all over the world basically has them banned in every country. And our government is allowing them to come in here unchecked.
And paying for them.
I'm paying for them and whatever, and just letting them go unchecked. It's not like as if they haven't been warned. They've been warned by all the imams.
Now that was a very interesting piece there.
Yeah.
In relation to the Muslim Brotherhood, and basically when they were being thrown out.
I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash, but the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump. Never do it. They give their vote to the leftist who wants to run around in pride parade. And Islamic extremists are against gays and homosexuals and transgenders, but they want the left to go and get busy with that. They want them, go speak about the climate, go speak about abortion, go kill yourselves, go do that. And she's fighting for abortion rights and all the other, my body, my choice, yes, go do that, go do that.
What is the fundamentalist and jihadi agenda for America?
The future of America has to be Muslim. I would only vote left. Why?
And that's for Ireland too, by the way. It's not just America, it's anywhere.
This is the last one I'm going to show you about the good imams that's had been warning us and warning the West. And look, I've got hundreds of videos on my phone of these men warning the West about the Muslim Brotherhood and the open borders, and we allow them into our country. They're not allowed in their countries. That's why they're coming to our countries. You know, so when I'm finished with this last one, I've got loads of them. Because of the rain, we won't do it. So I'll just let you hear this last imam, and then I'm going to let you hear a couple of videos of what these radicals actually think of us, as they call us, the infidels, the unbelievers. So this will be the last video from the imam.
And you'd wonder, have they got their guns and bombs imported already and stacked in places?
The Muslim Brotherhood is not just a political movement. It is the ideological mother of some of the deadliest terrorist groups in the modern world. Since its founding, the Brotherhood has been crystal clear about its mission. Not reform, but domination. Not coexistence, but conquest.
It's because they're
throughout its history, violence has followed. In 1948, Brotherhood members assassinated Egyptian Prime Minister Mahmoud al-Muqtash. In 1979, their Syrian branch massacred 83 military cadets in the Aleppo artillery school, targeted simply for belonging to the Alawite minority. In 1982, the uprising in Hamas, Syria, triggered a battle that left tens of thousands dead. And in the 90s, Brotherhood ideologies inspired Al-Qaeda and other jihadi groups that carried out attacks across the Middle East. Despite this great history, many Western countries still hold Brotherhood leaders, treating them as moderates, allowing them to spread their ideology under the cover of religious freedom. This is a mistake, a deadly mistake. We're American.
So he's basically got an idea there of the people trying to warn us, yeah? So as I said there a few minutes ago, I'm not here to run anybody's religion down, but when the Muslims themselves are warning us about the Muslim Brotherhood, I think we should fucking listen to you.
I think that we should,
yeah. Right, now I'm just
the government should now stand up and stop.
This government needs to be held accountable, open borders, anybody in, and they've got no problem planting all these men in our areas. And they're all saying, you can't have a veto, you won't have a veto. Yeah, we do fucking have a veto when it comes to terrorists. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Right, but anyhow, I'm just going to let you hear a couple of videos of what these radicals actually think of what they call unbelievers and infidels. They hate us, they think we're disgusting. So anyhow, I'm just going to let these people speak for themselves.
So this new app by the terrorist imam that's over here now at the moment and is banned from a few countries.
These people are just going
this is what these terrorist Muslim Brotherhoods think of the Irish people. So have a good listen.
Every country, basically,
every city, every village, every home.
The Prophet said, Islam will enter every home on the planet.
So know this.
not my home, it won't.
Islam will enter every house. Every house. Remove the Islamophobe. They can yap all they want, their children will be Muslim. Every country, every city, every village, every home, by hook or by crook.
The Prophet ﷺ said, Islam will enter every home on the planet.
So know this, that Islam will enter every house. Every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want, their children will be Muslim. To implement that message, it might require weapons. So there is jihad.
Until there is no house in the whole world, and there is no tent in the whole world that doesn't have Islam in it.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us victory over these major powers. One of the promises of the Prophet ﷺ is that the day of judgment will not happen until Islam prevails. And we become victorious. And we will rule the whole world. The Prophet ﷺ said, this deen will reach what the night and day has reached, until it leaves no house, urban or city, in the mountains or on land, except that it will enter it. We have to hate the places of worship where Allah is, they are committing shirk with Allah. Which times of the year do we have to hate? Likes of Christmas, the likes of Mawlid and Nabawi, because it's an innovation in the religion. We have to hate it, not because it makes us feel good, not because we say we're better than them, because it is hated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise Valentine's Day, likewise Christmas, likewise Easter, like America. We're done hiding, we're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want you to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the Ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. Muslims need to be involved in politics, and we need to teach our kids to be the next, that we need to teach our kids that you are going to be the next president of this country. We just need to get Muslims up there somehow, and some way Muslims need to be in control, and this is the way it should be.
Never heard Muslims say we want to fight Christians and wipe them out.
Really?
Ever.
Really?
Ever.
We have to fight them. It's because they are Jews and Christians. We should fight those empires around you, or those hukumats around you, which are Jew or Christian, until they get the jizya.
I've never heard Muslims say we want to fight Christians and wipe them out. Ever. And now you have. They don't have the same respect that we do for their people. We're never going to insult them.
Well, never have I ever heard a Muslim say that they hate Christians and Jews.
We have to understand something. When it comes to love and hate in religion, it is a must to apply. It is a must to apply. You have to hate non-Muslims.
Don't take the Jews and the Christians as your awliya. Okay? That you should not love them. Again, O you who believe, take not my enemies, this is Allah is saying, take not my enemies and your enemies as awliya. Again, you will not find any people who believe in Allah on the last day loving those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, even though they were their fathers, sons, brothers, or relatives. We live amongst many non-Muslims, so then it's going to be natural to hate those people.
For a second. So basically he said you can rape a woman, you can rape a child, you can murder, you can do anything that you want. But once you pray to Allah, it's all that is okay. Once you pray to Allah. But if you don't pray to Allah, not praying to Allah is worse than raping a child. Not praying to Allah is worse than raping a woman. And then all the atrocities that the Muslim Brotherhood, the radical Muslims, I'm not talking about good Muslims, as I said, I just played 5 videos there from imams, one in the West about the radical Muslim Brotherhood that's coming here to Ireland. And as I said, I showed you the app as well, that's running rampant around Dublin. I'm not here to run anyone's religion down. I'm letting these people speak for themselves. And our government has opened our borders to hundreds of thousands of them coming in, housing them and planting them in their hundreds in our communities, around our children's schools. Around our children's schools, our children's creches, our children's play schools and our children's community centres. No, this has to stop. Hang on. And if you have just a little zoom in there to that. Sorry, I'm a little bit unorganised. It's the first time I ever kind of got up and spoke like this. If you have a little look at that there, okay, I got that sign done there last June, and it was to bring awareness to basically the world of the killings of Christians that's getting murdered every 2 hours because of their faith. Because of their faith. 5,000 Christians martyred for true sense of the word every year. And look, you can just read it there yourselves, alright? Right now, Katrina, I need you back. Oh my God. No.
And there we have the man himself, Roderick O'Gorman,
over in England, there's Muslims running Over in England, there's Muslims running rampant. Now, I've got no problem in showing solidarity to the poor people. That's what's going on with them in Palestine. But I certainly have no solidarity for terrorists. I certainly do not have no solidarity with them, but I have solidarity with what's happening to the people in that country. But this is Muslims over in the UK. They're after getting their numbers up now. I've been over and back from England my whole life. I've watched literally with my own 2 eyes the takeover of England by Muslims. Because now they have their numbers up and their people in government, this is what they want for the UK. This is only a recent video. This video is only very recent, about a couple of weeks old. I'm not going to let them shout all their carry on there, yeah? So you basically got the idea, Sharia for UK, and then this is just proof.
Two choices, Islam or Zimmer contract, involving payment of jizya. If they refuse this, they will have nothing but the sword.
The Islamic State is not alone in calling for jizya from Christian infidels. In 2002, Saudi Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman, discussing the Muslim prophet's prediction that Islam will eventually conquer Rome, said,
"We will control the land of the Vatican. We will control Rome and introduce Islam in it. Yes, the Christians will yet pay us the jizya in humiliation, or they will convert to Islam." Assemble the army.
A happy and fulfilling life. Friends.
And this traitor, Mary Lou MacDonald, where is she? There she is there. The one that says that she will rerun the referendum when she wanted to remove Irish women, mothers and family out of our constitution, to give everyone that's coming in here to this country in the world, take away the Irish people's rights and hand it over to the world. She wanted to turn our families into gerbil relationships and take rights away from mothers and women. And as you can see there by the poster, she said that she'll rerun it. And then just down at the end there you'll see that she says at the very beginning, I think it was in 2022, she turned around and she says that there can't be a cap. When she was questioned on the amount of migrants that's coming into the country, Mary Lou MacDonald said, "Oh, there can't be a cap. There won't be a cap. There can't be a cap." So they're traitors, and then they're bringing in and knowing and walking around and marching with Muslims and terrorists walking around our country with members of the Muslim Brotherhood one day, and then they're walking down the street then with them another day, putting our gay community, our trans community in danger. Because we all know what they think of gay people, and we all know what they think of trans community. They can't stand us as in just being unbelievers, but they extra hate them, if you know what I mean. So basically, this traitor, I'm just going to let you hear what she has to say.
We are raising the generation that will live in that new republic. You must be part of shaping the road and the destination.
All of you, our precious Muslim community, must be part of shaping that road and that destination. I believe our future is bright.
It is from our religion.
Her future might be bright because she's got plenty of money and she's in a big gated house.
That's Mary Lou she's talking about.
She's in a big gated house and our children are probably going to go to private schools. But what about our communities? What about our future?
Mary Lou says stuff them all in.
Because we all
keep bringing them.
What about our children's future? And we all see what's happening in Iran. We all seen that the Iranian people allowed these people to come into their country, and when they got their numbers up, then they completely took over the country and they turned it into an Islamic state. And women in Iran are getting slaughtered because they won't wear the hijab. The women in Iran don't want to wear a hijab. But Mary Lou McDonald's and Michelle O'Neill from Sinn Féin, they're wearing them. But the women in Iran is getting slaughtered because they don't want to wear them, because they've been made wear them, because they're being oppressed by Islamists. And the people in Iran right now, they're standing up to it. And then foxes before babies, people before prophets, that's what you want to call him. He's got a new name now. He's called Foxes Before Babies. He wanted to kill babies at 9 months old. But yeah, he wanted to save a fox. His name is Paul Murphy, but his new name is Foxes Before Babies.
There was also,
their party.
Also, there's nobody is covering what's happening because they can see what the Muslim Brotherhood has done in Iran, and they're all now trying to cover it up because it's not suiting their agenda.
I'll tell you exactly what's happening. Because Hamas are classed as a terrorist organisation, and obviously they're Muslims, alright? So because like these ones that been out, and our children in our schools, in the colleges and the universities are actually been brainwashed, turned into little Marxist leftists, thinking that they're doing a good thing, you know, by the likes of them. So and then even the gay community and the trans community, they are the likes of people before Prophet, SDLP, Sinn Féin, all them, okay? They're all pretending that they're for these people. And then for, like, say, radical Muslims. What Muslims say, right? And then they know that there's radical Muslims coming into this country that hate us as unbelievers in their gods. But yet, the next day, then they'll hold a protest for the gay community and the trans community and call us homophobes. Who would you think is the homophobe? Like in Muslim, like they hate the gays, okay? We all know what to do to gay people. We all know what to do to trans people. So Sinn Féin are nothing but traitors, people before prophet, foxes before babies, all yous, every single one yous, SDLP and the 36,000 NGOs, that's people trafficking, all these illegals into our country. Each and every single one of yous will be getting held accountable. And please believe me, Simon Harris and Micheál Martin won't be getting away with it either. So, okay. You're probably wondering why I've got Dr. Umar here. I've got a video I'll show you now in a minute of Dr. Umar reading out from the Quran. Verse 9, chapter 29, which says, kill all Jews, kill all Christians, or make them pay jizya. Now I played a video there a minute ago just to let you see what jizya is. Jizya is protection money, it's a tax. So basically, when they take over the country, if you don't want to change your religion, it's a tax. Now, I know it's very noisy here and it's not really a very good setup and everything, and my phone is with the rain. So this is Dr. Umar, the fella that's, what's he saying there? That it's time that the new Irish take a seat at the table. Over my dead body.
Exactly.
Dr. Umar. over my dead body. And you're not Irish, you're not new. There is no such thing as new Irish. No such thing. Being Irish, you need the blood in your veins. And if you want to call me names because of that, I wear them names proudly.
And unfortunately, this man hasn't got blood of the Irish in his veins whatsoever.
He's a Pakistani Muslim.
He is, exactly.
And he's trying to say he's the new Irish. What kind of an insult is that? So this man is going to come to our country, insult the Irish people, and when we're trying to, out on the streets, trying to stop all these hundreds of thousands of men coming into our communities. And then we got the likes of him, Dr. Umar there, calling us racist, calling junkies. Where's that side where someone read it out to me there? Where is it? I can't see it there. Make Ireland great again is a hollow, backward-looking slogan. Doesn't he sound like Micheál Martin? When Micheál Martin turned around and said, sovereignty, the backward idea of sovereignty, there was nothing got to do with the backward idea of sovereignty. Now look at this one down here, Mary Lou MacDonald. The women in Iran is getting killed for not wearing hijabs. And we've got Sinn Féin members, women, wearing hijabs around Ireland.
And Claire Daly as well.
What is going on? Okay, don't even get me started on her. Don't even get me started on that woman.
She wants to be the first Irish Taoiseach. She doesn't know, number one, what a woman is, and number two, she wants women suppressed.
Do you know what I mean? And then, they're just, I think they all escaped from this island. So anyhow,
same thing.
I'm going to let you hear Dr. Umar, and this is very important, because he basically is telling Muslims that it's okay to come to the country for money, come for passport, come for whatever you want. Yeah, like say if you leave Islam, you're basically murdered, okay? You'll be murdered if you leave it, okay? So he's basically telling the people, the Muslims, that if you come, basically if they leave and they come, so that would be what you call a real asylum seeker, yeah? He's trying to get away from whatever. But listen to this fella, I'll just let him speak for himself.
This is Kadri speaking.
Nothing wrong he doesn't know Islam. It's only wrong if you come for the roof and for that you give up your identity, your deen, your Islam. That is haram. That is forbidden. That you should be ashamed. If you come here and you say, I am Qadiani, I am a Mirzai in Pakistan and they are killing me and you are lying, that's haram. You're giving up your religion. But if you're coming in as an asylum seeker for any other reason, you're not giving up your identity, you are proudly Muslim. And you come here, even for passport, it's perfectly fine. The best migration is for Allah and Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The best migration is for Allah and Rasul. The best migration is for Allah and Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
I got just to him. He's basically saying the best migration is for Allah, not for if you need safety, not like if you need to run from persecution, all for Allah. But I'm going to tell you, Umar, and every Muslim that's in this country, as I said, I'm not here to run down anyone's religion. Jesus Christ is King of Kings and Lord of Lords in Ireland. Okay? There's no other one above or Jesus Christ in Ireland. So you do whatever you want to do for your Allah, and we do whatever we're going to do for our Jesus Christ. Okay? So I just thought I'd get that in there.
Well said, Bridget. Well said.
Right, so now I'm going to let you hear what the migrants, some migrants in this country actually thinks of us. Okay, so you're after getting the gist of the imams warning us. You're after hearing what the Muslims actually thinks of us. And now I'm going to let you hear what some migrants in this country have plans for Ireland. Okay?
Féicear sin, tá do lá ag teacht Micheál Martin agus na daoine ó éire tá ar lá an seo inis.
Actually, I'm just going to let you hear just one more video from this Muslim woman. Okay, she's actually right, just hear it.
I came here expecting that I left the bad guys behind. But unfortunately, what I found here is that the bad guys are already here. And they include many of the people I knew from 15 years ago or 20 years ago when I was a student, an undergraduate student. Now they are leading the protests that are happening all over the country. I know they are members of the Muslim Brotherhood, although many of them deny that they are. They even organize the protests in the same manner that they were doing back then, 15 and 20 years ago, the same way of mobilization, the same flags, the same narrative, even the same dependence on Al Jazeera footage and the news stories. It's like a deja vu for me. Everything is happening, but in the United States. That's why I'm here today with the hope that we can find a way to prevent what happened to my home country, Egypt, from happening here to the United States. Because for me, the United States embodies all the important values that I've been fighting for all my life, including human rights, women's rights, and democratization. I don't want to see this going away by any means. So I hope today we can come up with an offensive strategy that can help us make this happen before it's too late.
Okay, you've got a gist of that. Right, so I don't really want to keep you too long here, okay? So give us up this one.
Speech?
No, horse.
The one that's going to teach us how to be not racist, because we're patriots.
Here comes the laughter, guys.
Against invasion.
A foreigner.
I asked this one a few questions.
I think we all
with
have a few
no
questions
Irish
for that
DNA,
one.
blood, no ties to this country. And she brought in here purposely
to be Irish.
for propaganda against the Irish people.
Okay, so this one, Dr. whatever her name is.
Dr. Eburn Joseph.
Dr. Eburn Joseph.
If he said Joseph
she wants to train the Irish people not to be racist. And she wants to charge us €500 for the pleasure of not being racist. So
and she's not being racist.
I'm a little bit confused because I don't know what kind of racism she's talking about. I'm just going to play something for you here and see if this is the kind of racism she's talking about. 1 second. These are migrants in Ireland.
And you guys have to do it this way. This whole bloodline thing that I'm not sure where this is coming from, where you want your generations and your bloodline to be pure and it belongs to the Irish. There probably isn't such thing as an Irish person, biologically speaking.
They've cut me.
And you guys have to do it this way. This whole bloodline thing that I'm not sure where this is coming from, where you want your generations and your bloodline to be pure and it belongs to the Irish. There probably isn't such thing as an Irish person, biologically speaking.
So according to that lunatic, there's no such thing as Irish.
Have to think about it this way. This whole
and she reckons in 100 years there won't be no Irish DNA. No, love, you'll be deported out of the country.
100%.
Now, listen to this one. So these are the questions I want to ask her. Is this the kind of racism that she's talking about? Okay. Where are you going?
These are recordings of migrants that have come in here, being given everything.
Okay, we've got this lovely chat.
Irish.
Bitches in Tallaght. I didn't know you got tough. But then I'm on my way to you, baby. If you don't come to the square, I'm gonna have to come in your house. So make your choices fast. It's 1 hour, I'm there. It's 12 now, 1 o'clock, I'll meet you at the square, bitches.
That's your man who threatened to unalive mothers and children, and he was on his way up.
That was just a tad racist, don't you think?
To kill people.
See, this is where I'm confused,
That's
Dr.
the one that was run out of camp on the north side.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of racism are you talking about. So now we've got a Muslim councillor
in Limerick
that wants to shoot. Where's his picture?
He's here outside. Yeah.
Grab that, show the picture, bring it over here. Bring it over.
Right over. There he is.
Yeah, bring it over.
There he is.
Here, I put this down.
Oh, we all remember this fella, yeah.
36 years.
And he's still in a position of power. And the government haven't taken him out of this power. He's got no citation
I have not
on the words he spoke. He still has his job.
I'm as a beauty artist in Limerick.
And they're the words he said.
Me highlighting what he said about what he wanted to do to Irish people.
Okay.
And as far as that's concerned, Limerick County Council would shove their job up their arse if that's what they think. That he's allowed to say that and I'm not allowed to respond.
Okay, so the video that I'm going to play you here, it's just Jen, a friend, she done a little voiceover on it, and she asked very good questions. She wants to know, we all want to know, how is there a Muslim that threatened and said that the Irish people should be shot in the head and stoned to death on the street publicly? Isn't that in the Muslim culture?
It is.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not going to happen over here in our culture.
Why is this man still got a job? Why is this man still in Irish politics? Why is this man not been arrested for hate speech?
Our streets!
Because if we would say something like that, we'd have guards at
streets, our streets!
So why is this man in power allowed to talk about Irish people like this?
No community has a right to veto other people.
Right, that's the trio you just heard, Leo Varadkar.
Right, listen lads, I'm just going to play this little video, right, of that traitor that destroyed this country, Leo Varadkar, and then up and left. But getting back to this one as well, I've still another couple of videos there that I have to play about migrants threatening us and telling us that we're going to be wiped out and there's going to be no Irish left. I think that's a tad racist, don't you? But Leo Varadkar here is saying we don't have a veto. Listen to this. Listen to what the government is saying. Now, actually, do you know what? Hang on. I want to get this one. Oh, listen to this one.
Migrants and people of colour living in Ireland, these might be the best news that you hear today. So Ireland has been given 2 months, just 2 months, to begin implementing its speech law or face legal action from EU. So the European Commission said Ireland is allegedly failing to comply with laws around race-based violence and hate. So Ireland has 2 months, just 2 months to start to implement hate speech law, or the European Union will bring Ireland to the court of justice. This cannot be coming at a better time. And because we've all...
Okay.
And guess what? The European Union didn't get that.
So, can you see the hate speech law there?
It's here.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Irish people actually realises what the hate speech law entails. So I got it printed out for you. And if you want to just have a little look at that there, of what migrants, that's actually been, she's an NGO, and she's trying to get the migrant community to get all government and EU to bring draconian hate speech laws down against the Irish people. So they basically want us to shut up, say nothing, accept everything. But when I tell you something, we can only help so much. And we have helped. Nobody had a problem in this country up until 2022 till they opened the borders to the whole world. And I get to
That's what the government think of you when you have concerns about your life in Ireland.
People are saying he sent out 8 tweets. And then someone else saying it's 72 tweets. So basically, Roger O'Gorman invited the world in and then basically told us then, this fella here, that we don't have a veto.
Right to veto other people moving into their community.
No one has a veto over who lives in their community.
No one has a veto on who lives in an area.
Nobody does have a veto in terms of who lives within their neighbourhood.
None of us have a veto.
None of us have a veto. Calls for consultation can suggest that communities have a veto over who moves in, and that isn't right. And calls for consultation can even offer a platform to those who will never welcome inward migration.
It is not the position of the Labour Party that communities should be consulted, implying that they should have a veto.
You can't just give people the free rein and say, well, you're allowed veto an area, because that's suddenly taken over by those who simply don't want this to happen at all.
I think there's very few people that I've spoken to in my constituency or elsewhere that has any want for a veto, and if he did, I'd be the first person to tell them they're not getting it. I'm opposed to giving anyone or any group
the Irish
a veto over emergency refugee accommodation. No community has the right to veto anybody living in their community, and when I talk about communication, it isn't dialogue or negotiations. I would be quite concerned that the promises being made is exactly setting up a community veto under any centre where there will be akin to planning permission, where a system will grind to a halt. That would be a disaster.
Here's the thing, there can be communication, there can be listening, there can be conversation.
Right, so you basically got the gist there. They're all saying none of us has a veto. Well, let me tell you
Our constitution says we do.
They have a veto, though. Listen to this. People before profit. Foxes before babies. Actually, wait on 1 second.
Paul Murphy, foxes before babies.
They objected to 1,300 homes in his constituency by Tallaght. But nobody has a veto. But he objected to 1,300 homes being built in his constituency.
Exactly, so.
The last 2 years. What's his name?
Oh, there was one of the leftards.
Labour TD on Homelands, he helped. Right. Where's he gone? He refused an objection to 698 bedroom student accommodation in his constituency. So he got a veto to stop nearly 700
students.
Yeah, accommodation for students. All right? Oh, there's more. Right, so Minister lodged objections. And then this one. Sinn Féin traitors TD Angus, I can't pronounce his name, objects to plans for development of 208 homes in his constituency. But nobody has a veto. But they seem to have a fucking veto. You know, they got a veto.
You got to remember Simon Harris said
so
he
they're
wasn't
telling us we have no right of a veto, but when the Palin wants to go in their areas, government ministers,
everybody knew who he was.
They're complaining and putting objections in
if you move into a
to stop these economic migrants getting a housing in their area.
So we need documentation to get houses. They're breaking into all the shops, and they tried to blame the Irish people for doing it. As you can hear, the Irish boys, they were trying to stop the teacher
and the 3 kids were nearly.
There was 3 Irish kids
stabbed to death.
That were stabbed. One child was.
The government said the Irish were inside in town rioting and robbing the shops. And then all the videos come out.
Basically, do you know them?
That the majority.
And it was nearly 100. Now, I'm not saying
weren't Irish
by
DNA.
Maybe some of the kids, the teenagers, took advantage of it as well. But it was Irish lads, the ones that's out trying to stop what's going on in this country right now. Basically, a takeover. They were trying to stop the migrants from
robbing the shops.
And it was proof
and
there.
she's video evidence there of that.
So you can go away with your farm rights. It was the Irish that was trying to stop the shops being broke into. The Irish, no one else. It was the Irish. Oh, this one. Might you hear this one? As bad as the other one was, she gave us 100 years.
Yeah.
This one only gave us 10 or 20. Might you hear this one?
Our DNA is too strong.
We need to understand that in 10 to 20 years, we are going to have a generation in Ireland mixed with Indians, Lithuanians, Latvians, Spanish, Brazilians, Chinese, because our country is becoming multicultural. So you will see many Irish people who look tan and gorgeous like me and who speak a really strong Irish accent.
So unfortunately this is a foreigner saying we're all going to be wiped out in 10 to 20 years. We're going to be just a mongrel race.
How it is now. And I am one of the first to to be coming out and sharing this word.
No, you're not.
And as a matter of fact, I'm very, very proud as to where I come from originally.
Go back there
but I'm
then.
not going to reveal it because I like leaving y'all curious. So yeah,
You like all the free stuff?
proud to be Irish, proud to be here. I'm not going anywhere.
Never ever understand how to be Irish.
Now, this one has only had to give us 10 or 20 years that we're going to be wiped out. As I said there before, I wanted to ask her the question. She's saying that the Irish people need to be trained, and that she wants to charge us €500. €500 to be trained, not to be racist.
That Northern Ireland one she's talking about.
That sounds racist to me, to you.
Yeah.
Like, who goes into a country and wants to wipe out the people in the country so they can come in and take it over?
100%.
We can help people. We do help people. We've always helped people. We've always helped people. But the Irish people cannot and will not go extinct to help the world. We can't. And we won't.
And our forefathers died for us.
Our children's future. Our grandchildren's future.
Their only inheritance they'll probably get.
I think it, like, that's she should be locked up for that kind of talk.
That's hate speech.
That's one. I don't even like even using the word hate speech because of them lefty loonies. They like talking all that crap. I don't like even saying that. But that is, she should be arrested. The other one that I told you that there's going to be no Irish DNA in 100 years. She should be deported. Get the fuck out. We don't want poor kinds here. I come from Tallaght and it's very multicultural. My neighbours 2 doors down are from Africa. I got on fucking great with them. My neighbours across the road are from China. I got on brilliant with them. Tallaght is very multicultural and everybody gets on with each other out there. I've never heard any black on white feud out in Tallaght. If anything, I've seen Irish on Irish arguing with each other out in Tallaght. Do you know what I mean? So where the fuck is the racism coming from? That they're trying
it's all
to say,
about the money.
No, that they're trying to say that we're the racist. They're the racist against us. Do you know what I mean? So I'll let you hear maybe one. Oh, this one. I'm not sure if you know that one, Claire Clarkson.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Holy, I can't stand her.
She's a gas woman, alright?
We know her all right.
Well, there was a last
Do you know
protest.
her? She is
Sorry,
from
I know I'm making
Limerick.
this a little bit long. I'm going to try and finish up now in a minute. Right, so basically Claire Clarkson has been calling us all sorts of names. She told the height of lies about me. Do you remember when I told Paul Murphy about what was going on in the schools?
Exactly.
She done a video telling the height of lies about me. So I put in a comment and I said, if you don't take that down, I will take a case against her. She took it down straight away. She's a disgusting woman. So basically she's been calling us names for such a long time. When we are worried about illegals that's coming into this country, you see, because they call it an anti-migrants protest. The government calls it anti-migrants because that's to turn the genuine migrants against the Irish people. Well, it's not anti-migrants.
It's nothing to do with anti-migrants.
It's fucking anti-invasion. And especially when we know that terrorist Muslim Brotherhood is roaming the streets.
What?
Yeah, look at all the mosques.
No.
Look at all the mosques that's going around. And all the rapes and the murders and everything that's going on inside this country. Oh, and by the way, when there's a child raped or a woman raped or murdered, there's been 2 terrorist attacks. 2 members of our gay community was beheaded by a radical Muslim. Then Ashton Murphy.
One of these
they
tongue cut
stabbed
out.
that woman. He nearly tried to behead her, and they hid the truth from the Irish people. And then the priest, the Catholic priest, the radical Muslim that tried to stab the priest.
Radicalised in Ireland, by the way, online.
Yes, radicalised in Ireland. All right. So when we're trying to stop that, the government is calling it anti-migrants to turn the genuine asylum migrants that's been here against
20, 30 years born
It's a big evil plan that they had. Right, so basically, listen to Claire Clarkson.
to make up story after story about
I can't stand her voice.
To rile people and to create fear and anger. Today, the guy who sexually assaulted me last May was sentenced to 21 months in prison. However, the guy wasn't originally from Ireland, and in lieu of the 21 months, the judge ordered that he be deported.
Oh, for her he'd be deported.
Yeah. Now, my point for that is, she got it all, she got him charged, and he's going to be deported. The fella that raped a little 10-year-old girl up in Tallaght his case hasn't even went forward yet. Anytime anything happens in this country, a rape, a murder, a killing, a really bad crimes, they're saying they suffer with mental health. I tell you, suffers with mental health. The Irish people suffer with mental health.
We the people.
We are the generations of the people who was genocided. Our ancestors were genocided. So there's trauma in this country. A lot of trauma going on inside this country. Now, I'm not going to go on too long. I'm not going to keep this too long. I just have to get to Roger O'Gorman, and then I'm finished. I can't let him go.
She's having her moment.
No,
you have to have him. He is the one.
Yeah, I have to.
Roddy.
But, like the mental health. So you can come into Ireland, you can rape, you can murder, you can kill, you can pillage, you can come in illegally,
So
and
Roddy brought
you've
all
got
these
mental health.
murders, rapists,
You will get personal mental health
into our country and buy them
to
in
your
an 800
hotel or to wherever you are. But all Irish people are dying on the fucking streets. Not everyone on the street. Some suffer with mental health, some suffer with, like, say, alcohol problems, probably because they split up with their woman years ago.
saying all the big cases
Lost
that
their
are in the
jobs.
news.
You know, things that are there, like, you know, and everything that happened with the church. But the
Are
difference
saying they
between
have
us
mental
is
health.
the Irish people turned against the church. All right, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. Because the Irish people turned against the church because of what they done to the children. And that's the difference. They say, the Muslims who say to us, well, why is your churches empty? Because they were raping the children.
And the Irish people don't stand for
But
charity.
there's a difference. No. But the difference between us and you is you fucking marry them.
She's saying the Muslims marrying the kids.
Yeah, so
the underage as
so
their wives.
your mosques and your Islamic centres are all rammed with men because you marry children. Simple as that. Ours is empty because of what happened to our children. I don't know what other way to put it to you. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna I don't.
Roddy.
Roddy.
Oh, this fella here.
Yeah.
We all.
This is our country. This is our land. We love Ireland more than any other Irish.
We love it.
Peaceful Irish citizens. This is our country. This is our land. We love Ireland more than any other Irish.
See, that was a foreigner claiming the whole land of Ireland.
Do you remember there in June when they wanted to march from Christchurch, Catholic Church, Muslims that can't stand any other religion, only their own. They wanted to march from Christchurch to our GPO where our men fought and died for this country. Okay? So that was basically an insult. It was a show of dominance. But us Irish people, we put a stop to that. So what this fella here and his little crew
had
did,
3 pigs
they
in
were
the
just up
trolleys
at
for
their
them.
central bank telling his people, this is our country, this is our land, we love it more than the Irish people. No, you fucking don't. It's not your country, it's not your land, and no one will love their country more than the Irish people. No one.
Yup the Irish!
And look at this. If you think now that the Muslim Brotherhood are not running rampant around Ireland, let me show you something. I don't care about showing their faces because they're walking around our streets bragging, right? So just have a look at their faces. Girls, get these pictures in. Right, so they were just up around Talbot Street and on O'Collins Bridge, and basically we're here, all delighted with themselves, all smiling. They didn't have to come in with guns or anything this time. Our government, Roger O'Gorman, the traitor, invited them all.
And also, where's our missing children?
Right, so basically, right, I'm not. You got the gist of everything there, yeah? So I was going to put my phone in my pocket, and now I'm going to get to Roger O'Gorman. And leave Roddy out.
No, we have to get him in there as well.
Irish boss,
yeah.
yes.
Just in case that if people didn't, they think that I just went and got these signs done and made it up in my own mind. No, I didn't. I went and done all my research. I got all the documents.
All factual information. Every bit of it is factual.
Everything.
And she didn't have a GoFundMe page. She has done this by herself.
Yeah, this lady has put her own sweat and guts into this today. Paid for all these posters. Did all her research too. So she couldn't be sued by saying nothing here today. Facts and figures. And messages from the government of Ireland to the Irish people.
All out of her own pocket. Exactly. No GoFundMe.
She's kept them all.
And this information, especially
and we're just waiting. She just has a little piece about Roger O'Gorman. You can see him there.
I'm going to finish up now 2 seconds, I promise.
In 8 different languages, inviting the whole world to Ireland, and that they'd be able to get a house within 4 months, where we have 17,000
videos,
of our
and
own
I'm after giving you the gist of
on the streets,
what the good Muslims, they're warning us about the Muslim Brotherhood, and then I'll let you hear videos of what they actually, the radicals thinks of us. And then I showed you what the migrants that's come into this country are saying about us. Now I did have another couple of videos of, you know, that crazy fella that's going around threatening to cut necks and threatening the people all over, bleed. Absolute craziness. So we get rid of her.
Get rid of her, please! Deport her! Can you put her on an airplane?
Let's go setting the whore over there.
Ugh.
Now, this is...
Pick up now.
Right, so...
Yeah.
Where is
here?
There's O'Gorman.
Right. This fella.
So she has Roddy in her hands now.
Give me Roddy.
Right, that fella there, yeah? Actually, I have a video on my phone. I don't need to... There's not that many people around. I'm just hoping that this information gets out to people that, you know, don't really have a chance to come into protest. This is actually not a protest. This is like an information gathering. That's all this is. It's just giving out information. So, before I get started...
We also shredders.
Thanks for watching, guys.
He's invited people into this country that absolutely hate him.
She'll be finishing up soon. She just has Roddy, I think.
So, don't think I just went and got a picture done by AI or anything like that. I didn't. Here's documents to prove.
It's all our documents on Roddy.
That's all the documents on Roger O'Gorman.
And then I do have videos on my phone of Grip Media.
Could I just see that a minute, please?
Yeah. I do have videos on my phone of Grip Media saying doing an interview with him. I've got another video on my phone of him basically lying to people, to Irish people, when he was going around looking for votes. Okay? This man, all these, they all need to go. Now, I don't want to keep this too much longer, so I'm just going to finish. Will you put that back in there for me?
You've got a free hand.
Katrina, will you put that back in there for me, please? Okay, so, as I said, he lied to the Irish people when he was going around looking for votes, saying, and don't worry, I'm not going to read all these out.
Jeez.
He lied to the Irish people, saying that he didn't send out any tweets. If you go online, we all know that he did. I'm just hoping this information reaches further. I didn't call a protest. This is just an information drop. So, a week before the referendum there last year, I took a High Court case against Roger O'Gorman. And the reason being is because he withheld the minutes from 16 meetings.
He did, and I was there too.
He withheld the minutes So it's our democratic right, no matter where you stand, left, right, whatever your views are, everyone, it's our democratic right. It's public knowledge. Anyone can go onto their government website and download them minutes. Senator McDowell sent out a freedom of information before the referendum asking for the minutes to be released. Roger O'Gorman refused them minutes to be released.
And then she brought them to court.
So I decided I was going to take a High Court case again. Well, actually, it was an interim injunction that was to stop the referendum until the minutes were released. So I was refused that, so I took it to the High Court. And look, I'm not going to take them all out, but look, that's just a letter. All them are letters from State Solicitor. That's the fourth time I was in court.
The file is really thick.
Yeah, okay. So that's just giving me the gist of it, lads, because I don't want to keep it too long.
On him,
now, I got the minutes.
Bringing the people in. They were stopping us every 2 or 3 weeks every time we turned up in court.
And that's just all the proof of me paying.
So that's all our,
just receipts that I paid and all the,
court and
the stamp duty.
trying to bring Roger O'Gorman to the High Court.
Yeah, so basically that's that, and then this is the last bit here now, because look, I have other video footage in my phone of everything that I'm saying, but I don't want to keep this too long because it's flashing. So would I, you know what I mean?
Because she's got full of information.
Since you're not doing that, do you want to come up
factual information?
Just hold that microphone here for me. Oh, Lordy Lord. So, basically, I got the minutes released, but then they were redacted. Okay, and I'll show you how redacted that they were. So everyone in this country's democratic right was taken away by Roger O'Gorman. So when they sent me out the minutes, and this is what they sent me.
Yeah, the world is a small place, Irish boss.
These are the minutes she went to the High Court to get of Roger O'Gorman.
So the 16 minutes, the 16 meetings will still work.
Now there's loads more than this.
Yeah.
And the whole lot was redacted, so she couldn't publish them to the Irish people because there wasn't much information on them. Well, as I was there a couple of times, we were in the High Court, and Roger O'Gorman wouldn't turn up himself to the High Court. He just sent solicitors and barristers in.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, he deprived the Irish people of the democratic right to see the minutes of those meetings, even with a freedom of information request.
Yeah, that was Senator McDowell that sent that freedom of information, Fiona. That was Senator McDowell that sent in that freedom of information before the referendum. That's how I heard about it.
Yeah.
So I asked them, my solicitor friend, I said, is there anything that we can do about this? So I said I'd take a case. That case was going on for a week before the referendum, and then for nearly a year up to November. So a week before and then up to November. And the reason that I didn't go to the last court...
And can you tell the people about what was the referendum?
The referendum, it was about removing the word mother, woman and family from our Irish constitution. They wanted to turn family into durable relationships. And the reason that they wanted to do that was because the people that's coming into this country, anyone could be a family. Right now in Ireland, it's illegal to have more than one wife, but the people that basically flooding this country, they're allowed to marry 2, 3, 4, whatever wives. It's going to help you there in case you fall 1 second. Right, they're allowed to marry 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, whatever they want, and whatever children that they want. So if they had to take in the word family out of the constitution, which would have meant that would have been legal then in Ireland, and you know the way sometimes they marry children, well then that would have been legal then in Ireland as well, and say 3 dads, 2 mothers, whatever, 4 dads, whatever. Right now in Ireland, a family is a mother and a father.
And children.
a mother and father and children. So they wanted to take the family out of the Constitution, so anything at all could be family. They wanted to take away the word mother, so anyone could be classed as a mother. Anyone or anything can be classed as a mother, okay? They wanted to take away the word woman out of the Irish Constitution. And Mary Lou MacDonald said she'd rerun it if she got elected. Sinn Féin traitors, from the blanket to the burqa, them traitors says that they'd rerun it to remove mothers, women and families from our Irish Constitution. Now, when they wanted to remove the word, I said it was the family, and then I done mother, woman, okay?
It was also called they wanted to remove it out of the Constitution.
They played on the Irish people's heartstrings, right? They're single parents. And they were like, oh, we'd be classed as a family now, We already are. You already are a family. But
if they took out woman and mother out of the Constitution, a single mother would no longer have been entitled to one parent family. Also, people on disability wouldn't have been entitled to it.
Well, right now in this country, it's legal, and the government has to. Yeah. As a mother, we are entitled to stay in the home with our children, and we can get help. We can be a stay-at-home mother, or we can go out and work. I've done both. When my children were small, I was a stay-at-home mother, and when they got bigger, then I went out and I worked. But if they had to remove the word woman out of the Constitution, you would have got no help whatsoever. You wouldn't have been entitled to be a stay-at-home mother. All your rights. And they used the fathers, the single fathers that was separated from the women. And it's like, some of them were saying, oh, well, it's about fucking time. They get up off their ass for doing nothing all day, minding, with the kids. And I had to say to a man, I said, be very careful what you wish for. Because in the Irish courts right now, men don't have much rights. And I think that's terrible. You know what I mean? I think men should have rights. If it's proper, you know what I mean? They should have rights to their children, if they're decent. But they don't. An awful lot of men have to commit suicide over that. So, if they had to take away the rights from the mother, well then who has the rights to the children?
Father.
The government. The government.
Tusla.
The government.
The child.
The family agency.
So do you know the way, like, some parents, like, they have to stay at home with the children who has really bad autism, you know?
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been allowed to mind their children. They would not have been allowed to mind their children. They would have had to put their children in somewhere and go and walk. They were so sneaky about it. This is why all them blacked out papers,
the redacted statements.
That's everything that they spoke about. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to release it. Like, what would it entail? What would it really entail for the Irish people?
You wanted the minutes of it.
Now, I went to the court up until November. I'm just going to finish up after this. I went to the court up until a week before, and then up until November. And then the Irish people, we won the referendum, thank God. We won the referendum.
A landslide.
And WakeUpéiRe and volunteers, we all went around the whole of Ireland educating the people what it actually means, because they were telling the people lies. Do you know what I mean?
But there was no yes thing about it, was all no.
Yeah, no, I know we won it, won it, but they wanted a yes.
Yeah.
Mary Lou MacDonald, they all wanted a yes. She turned around and said she'd rerun it. And then she's talking about her precious Muslim community, the ones that's coming in here and able to have their 3 and 4 wives. While all, where's the photograph of all our children that's gone to Australia?
There's a lady
down the end.
Down the end.
Is that there? Is that? No, they're trying to say that the Irish birth rate is declining. The reason that the Irish birth rate is declining is because our children that's fully qualified cannot get a home. They can get nowhere to live. They want our children that are at childbearing age to go live in their mother's box room.
The government didn't give them
our
jobs.
children are begging to come home.
And they're more than qualified than the people we have here at the moment.
So they had to go abroad.
As
These
you
are the
can see
nurses.
from the RT documentary of how our elderly will be treated.
If you want to come in
So while
from
our
European
children
Union
is
or
getting
outside,
educated,
you
and
get a
our
grant of just
childbearing
over
age
4,000
children
for
are
your
being,
flights.
they have to
Probably are
leave.
forced to
As you can see, they've been
discharge as a
begging the
nurse.
government to ask them, give us a
in the
reason to
Irish
come home.
hospitals.
But no,
But yet
Roger
these
O'Gorman
kids can't
decided to tweet
get a
out
job,
to the
Irish
whole
kids.
world to bring them all in, gave them 4 and 5 star, give them 4, stop actually probably calling that, give them 4 and 5 star, is it? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right, give them 4 and 5 star accommodation, give them their own houses, their own keys within 4 months, and while they're in the accommodation, give them free this, free everything, everything's free, their heating's free, their Wi-Fi's free, their Xboxes, their TVs, their fucking
phones,
their e-bikes, everything, while all qualified doctors, nurses, engineers, all the real doctors, nurses and engineers
that love the Irish people.
They can't afford to live in Ireland, they can't get a home in Ireland, and then they say that we need migrants. No, we don't! We need our children to come home. We need our kids to come home. That's what we need, Roger O'Gorman and Simon Harris.
And Micheál Martin.
Micheál Martin, that's ashamed, he's ashamed. The fellow that called us dogs and called us mongrels and says that we're not...
Oh, sorry, they're flying Irish flags, they might be racist.
Karma's
Oh
a good
yeah,
thing.
you know.
Believe in
So,
karma,
and he doesn't want nothing got to do with the backward idea of sovereignty. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he wants to give out to me or not. Oh, he said Jesus Lord, did he? Oh, that's good. Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So basically, they're trying to say that the Irish birth rate is declining. No, our children are leaving en masse. I think about 60,000 children, when I say children, I mean 20, 22, 23, 24-year-olds and a little bit older had to leave because they couldn't get proper work here in Ireland because they won't work for pittance. So all qualified doctors, nurses, engineers and so on are getting trained here and then have to go to another country and then they're importing people that'll work for pennies and giving them incentives. If they gave that to the Irish people and homes for the Irish people, you know? So, no, our birth rate is not declining. Our children have to leave. Use fucking traitors in that government up there. And I swear, if it's the last thing I do, definitely, you will not be getting no votes in Ireland, Dr. Umar. Mary Lou MacDonald, the whole country can't stand you now because they know you're only the leftist communist.
And the north of Ireland do not want that other one in either.
No, only the leftist communist felly, Mary Lou MacDonald. We all know she's a traitor. Everybody knows she's a traitor. And then we've got Umar over there trying to say the new Irish. There's no such thing as new Irish. I just put that in there again. No such thing as new Irish. You're either Irish or you're not Irish.
You're living in this country.
I'm just going to finish up with this.
It's a lovely
You're either Irish or you're not Irish.
Look what I'm going to do.
If your mother and father, mother or father is Irish,
Irish isn't defined by a piece
Irish,
of
one's
paper.
not. But then you're half.
Irish is in your
But if your grandparents are from another country and another country, yeah, well then you're not.
On that
So,
note,
like,
you're going to give me that mic.
I don't understand why people find it hard to understand that. Do you know what I mean?
Irish is common sense. Now, can I take the mic and
Of
finish
course
it
you
for you?
can.
There's a lady going to speak.
Sheena fina fall at off a yowlegeren squealed or slew waiting on good say nothing say shantira shinsha fasta in order the tira nothing draw and nothing con run away legoni Gleirtoch na Blair, le go ní scréir, do gléoch na bile, shall live Carrick, Aaron na Bleed.
Sarah got the word.
Up the Irish!
1 second, don't go anywhere. Just getting back to this Dr. Umar fella. He was online here the other day, taking the piss out of the Irish children, saying, do you think it should be mandatory inside schools? Connect me to that, Katrina. 1 second, just give me a second.
It's called Sound Spot.
Hold on, Sound Spot, hold on 1 second. Not connected. Connect me there for a second.
I think she's trying to get
Is
a
that connected
piece.
now? Right, so
Okay,
basically,
now,
anyhow, right, he was
of,
there, right,
Umar
slagging the
Al-Qadri.
Irish children, basically mocking us. Dr. Umar, the fella that calls himself the new Irish, you're not Irish, you are a Pakistani Muslim. So anyhow, he was online and he was slagging, basically mocking, you know, condescending, you know, one of them, yeah, saying, do you think that it should be mandatory for the Irish children to learn the national anthem in Irish? Because Muslim children, oh, and there he goes, Irish Muslim, so he slipped up. Muslim children do. So he played a little clip of the Muslim children singing the national anthem, but God help them, it wasn't the best. So,
I want to apologise for getting a couple of words mixed up at the end.
Yeah, but now this is for you, Umar, and I hope you get to see this video. All Irish children know their national anthem in Irish. I'm going to play this little boy here. He's a little travelling boy, and he's singing the national anthem in Irish.
He's
okay, so and then I'm going to play just one more after that, and then.
I don't really want to let you go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Go fuck yourselves then.
So this is a little traveller boy.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
As well,
He's
get the
absolutely
national anthem she's going to play.
The poor Irish man, I'm going to sing the national anthem.
Thank you, Marie.
For the boys in Britain. 3 points, lads. Shine a feet of gold, until they are laid on. Wind and blue, her finger of a queen, very white as sail, some hero finger, the yard fire in here on open wall, and no dames are away, let go her tail on much broken, let go his prayer. Love of Nabiland, so let call around of me.
Yup, the Irish!
One more.
It's a whole class of kids singing it.
See, our children know the anthem.
I think Al-Qadri is trying to get it out of schools or something. Daniel O'Connell up the top. What? You up the lads. So I think that's it, guys. So I'll just show you all the posters.
I had loads of videos, more videos there to show, but it's just going on too long.
See? Thank you, Bridget. That was extremely informative.
Thanks very
and
much,
that
lads.
information is vital to get out to the people of Ireland for their safety and for the safety of our country.
Thanks. You're not legging it. If you want to leg it.
So that's it, guys, and we're on O'Connell Street. And we didn't get any trouble today. They must have thought, you know, we were the fighting Irish, you know.
I'm going to say
we were up for the fight today if we had any shite. But there you go, guys, that's it.
And I hope you found it
finished.
As
I thought it was absolutely brilliant what this lady did on her own, and invited a few of us to video it for today and to show you, especially about the Muslim Brotherhood and their new app that they have in Ireland. And the fella that made that app and put it into Ireland is a known terrorist, and he's banned from the UK. And the UK government have been liaising with the Irish government about this nasty Muslim Brotherhood, and it seems our own government don't give a shite about the Irish indigenous nationals, and they're letting anybody and everybody into their home. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay.
I have more here.